Biases come from the indoctrination that each of us have had growing up based on what we were taught was the quote unquote right way to live. It's only awkward when you make it awkward. And the more we can have conversations that feel disruptive, then we can move the needle into a space that's going to actually get us further than where we are. So you have to be the change. You have to be the change that you want to see in the world. And I want to celebrate you being unapologetically you. That is the essence of this platform. It's the essence of the book that I'm writing right now.
I'm Coach Dez, mindset motivator and lifestyle entrepreneur. My mission is to help you crush your self-limiting beliefs and embrace being unapologetically you. The Born Unbreakable podcast brings you inspirational stories from all over the world that will empower you to unlock your unbreakable spirit. I'd love to partner with you on your next breakthrough. Go to bornunbreakable.com to schedule a free transformational call. Action begins today. Are you looking for a one-stop shop in Las Vegas where you can comfortably stay and host an event? Athena Estate is located in Southwest Las Vegas, just 10 minutes from the Strip, and offers everything you need. On over an acre of land, this indoor-outdoor venue is perfect for an intimate retreat, a small wedding, or a milestone birthday. We offer a variety of packages and services that will fit your needs and your budget. Book with us by December 26th and receive 20% off at your stay or event. Visit staydorado.com, that's staydorado.com to learn more. We look forward to customizing your next experience.
Welcome to the Born Unbreakable podcast. I'm rolling with a solo episode today on a topic that I am very passionate about, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. A little something about me, if you didn't know already, I do consulting work, and one of the areas that I specialize in happens to be diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I help clients with their goals in that arena to progress them, to advance them, to really allow them to embrace everything that means. So I want to start with saying, when I say diversity, equity, and inclusion, what does that mean? What does that mean to me? I'd love to know what it means to you. And then we'll get into some exciting things that I want to celebrate, discuss, talk about, all that good stuff. We're in a time around the world, around the globe, that I think we still have a much farther distance to go to embrace this subject matter. Diversity is not just the color of our skin. So you see me here before you today as a woman who comes from the background of Asian descent. My father's from the Philippines. My mother is from Hawaii, and I have tropical roots, if you will. My country, home country, motherland of the Philippines was conquered by what? The Spaniards. So in there is a little bit of other cultures. I haven't actually done my 23andMe, but from some of the study that I've done, I know that there's other cultures that are in there. Spanish cultures, and even other Asian cultures. So diversity, while it is what you can see on the surface, as I'm before you today, and you could see what you might call some different diverse elements as a human being, there's also diversity of thinking, diversity of experiences, and those are things that don't have a color or something visible associated with them. So in order for us to embrace those things, we actually have to have conversations to understand that there's even people with the same racial skin tone or religious background that have very different thoughts, about the world and how we move in the world and maybe even their politics. So it is what you can see, and it is also what you can't see. Biases come from the indoctrination that each of us have had growing up based on what we were taught was the quote unquote right way to live. If you were raised Catholic or Christian or Jewish or Muslim, those are specific belief systems that you hold true to your heart, and you're going to meet people that hold something else true to their heart. And if we can find a common ground, we can coexist and even have respect for one another. So that's the essence of diversity. Equity is about how do we come together and create environments and opportunities where we can all thrive equally. So do I feel like there's equity right now for women? No. Do I think that it's improved? Yes. If we look at the trajectory of where we've gone and where we've been, even just starting from the 1920s when there was prohibition and women's rights emerged and the civil rights happened in the 1960s, there's evolutions that we've had through the previous century. And as we make our way through the first quarter of the 2000s, there's been a lot of amazing things. As we see in the United States, right? We have Kamala Harris as a vice president, somebody who is a woman of color. That's a big breakthrough. We see a lot of amazing people in different industries that are women who have risen to become some of the most renowned and respected individuals. Oprah Winfrey, for example, who doesn't know that name? She's a household name. She's also happens to be a woman of color. So when we talk about equity, do we really feel like people have equal opportunities in this world? I would argue that we don't, but we're trying, right? Many people are trying every day. Inclusion, and I'll throw in another term that has come up in my work, which is belonging. That's a new term that has been used much more commonly. Inclusion is about including people into conversations, into different settings to make them feel like they have a seat at the table, right? So when we think to the Black Lives Matter movement, one of the big things that people sought after was allyship. Allyship is when, even though you may not be a person who is Black, as a white person, an Asian person, or a Latino person, for example, you show allyship to one of your Black friends, colleagues, and you support them by standing by their side, recognizing the pain, the anguish, the agony that they have gone through, and stand up for that individual to other individuals. That's being an ally. That is you speaking on behalf of someone that you can associate with in a way that is different than what you appear to look like on the outside. So that is you showing a sense of inclusivity to those who don't look like you, talk like you, perhaps think like you, but you're allowing a seat at the table. So we can begin to do what I feel is so important in the world, is to unify, harmonize, and understand one another. So in terms of celebrating, now that we've gone through what I would probably call a very limited DEI study on terms, if we were doing one of the sessions that I do with my clients, it would be much more elaborate than that. And that was really just off the top of my head. There's a lot to celebrate, right? We are at the end of February, the last weekend here in February. Thank goodness. From my perspective, because in America, we're in the winter and it is cold and rainy, and I am ready to move past that. So let's fast forward a couple weeks and get to the sun in the spring. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to the season change. But Black History Month. What an amazing month to recognize and celebrate the remarkable and wonderful people that have done so much in the world, both in the past, the present, and there's many people that are going on to do major things in the future. So many wonderful people. One of my favorite television actors, producers, directors is Tyler Perry. I love to follow him on Instagram. I love his story. I think the triumph that he had from being poor and broke and doing his productions to get a show out there on stage for people to see with his character of Medea, which has then turned into movies that have made the whole world laugh. And today he has his own production studios out in the ATL. It's amazing. It's amazing to see somebody with such tremendous success continue to do so much, not just in the Black community, but beyond that, right? I think it's incredible. Oprah is one of my favorite human beings. I probably have talked about her a number of times. I love Ava DuVernay. If you haven't watched The 13th already, it's been out for a long time. She does tremendous work. There's a lot of great things that she's been a part of. I like The 13th. It really talks about the disparate and just terrible situation that we've gotten ourselves into in the United States legal system, where there's a disproportionate number of Black people who are imprisoned. And I'll go so far as to say there's many people who I believe are probably innocent in there. That's why there's things like the Innocence Project, but because of their socioeconomic status, don't have access to the kinds of things that other people do. And therefore, they take plea deals for things that they may not be guilty for, so they don't have to go through the process of that's pretty much all they can do. You take a plea deal for something like 5 years because you don't have the means to go to trial to find yourself innocent and or potentially go into trial and get 25, 30, 40, 50 years. So there's a lot of situations that happen like that in our country, which are unfair. And the only way that we can change it is if we start to understand it. So I watched that a while ago. I probably want to rewatch it to capture, even more from it. Sometimes you catch more things and it really sinks in after you watch something for the second, third, or fourth time. And there was a recent movie that I actually watched on Netflix called You People. It's so funny. It's actually a film with Jonah Hill. He plays the character of Ezra. He is a Jewish man in the movie who lives in Brentwood, California. So comes from a well-to-do family that is Jewish. And then you have Lauren London, who's a beautiful actress that plays Amira. And so funny. Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the mother of Ezra in the show. And David Duchovny is his father. And then Nia Long and Eddie Murphy plays Amira, Lauren London's parents. It's a riot. It really talks about a Jewish and a Black coming together that falls in love and all of the things that their families have to come to terms with, bringing two tremendously different cultures together, even to the point of trying to one-up each other as far as the kind of turmoil their cultures have been through in the past between the Holocaust and slavery, for example. But the great thing about it is it's a comedy, so it's able to bring some laughter and light to a lot of issues that have strife and such a deep political undertone associated with them. So if you haven't seen You People, it's funny, and I do think you'll walk away with having some respect for the challenges of what it looks like to bring two cultures together. And not everything has to be divisive and serious when we talk about these topics. But when we have months like this, Black History Month, I always encourage people to learn something new. Learn something new. I'm fortunate that I've been around a lot of groups that promote education. So you can go watch a film that you haven't before, or maybe it's a play, maybe it's music that you can download, learn about a new artist. Maybe it's artwork, a painting. Maybe it is a small business that is a Black-owned business, whether it's local or an online community. Maybe it's you searching for those communities in your social media networks, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. There's lots of ways to recognize, learn, and celebrate. And when you can lock arms and come together, it makes the world a better and brighter place. It's interesting. I was sitting at the kitchen table with my mom. This was actually, it was this morning. I feel like our conversations are very continuous. And she had the news on in the background, which she does often. If it's not Law and Order SVU, it's like Parking Wars, 90 Day Fiance, or the news. And when she's playing the news, it was on ABC. And every news story that was on there was negative. Somebody who was killed, some murderer that they figured out who it was because they found the DNA, some abuse case, cartel case. I mean, it's all just things that would depress you. Politics, things that are so divisive. And so trust me, there is enough of it out there. So you do have to go sometimes out of your way to find the things that are positive, that do the unification, the harmonizing, and the understanding, right? The other thing you can do is go directly to your circles, because conversations, when they say start at the kitchen table, it really is about that. It's really about going to your immediate circles and talking about the things that everybody say is taboo to talk about, because you can ask those questions, right? It's only awkward when you make it awkward. And the more we can have conversations that feel disruptive, then we can move the needle into a space that's going to actually get us further than where we are. So you have to be the change. You have to be the change that you want to see in the world if you expect it to look any different than it does today. If you want to be a mover and a shaker and a difference maker, then get out of your comfort zone and learn to talk to and celebrate those things that are a little different than what you're used to. I personally am not a devoutly religious person, but I enjoy learning about different religions. In fact, when I went to college at the University of California, San Diego, one of the curriculums, because of the specific college that I was aligned to, there was kind of communities that were in there. It was called Eleanor Roosevelt, and it promoted Making of the Modern World, where we had to learn about each of the different, not just religions, but belief systems, everything from Christianity, popularized religious culture, but even Hinduism, Confucianism, and things that you might call more of the way that you think. And there's so much information out there to be learned and to be understood. So be curious. That is one of the principles that I always try to promote, is curiosity, intellectual curiosity. Because when you can be curious, it's not about you just going along and believing everything from everybody around you. It's about you seeking to understand so you can have a better respect for the things that the people around you believe in. So I just want to take this pause as we close February to acknowledge and celebrate Black History Month, because there's so many trailblazers, right? We have Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, just these incredible people who have shown the way that there are good things that happen when you stand up for what you believe in, and you do it in a way that's respectful of others, that are intended to bring knowledge, education, and empowerment to the world around you. So there is that. So the other thing that I want to celebrate and acknowledge as we're shifting into a new month and moving into March and spring, just like I was saying, I'm very excited about, is Women's History Month. Women, women, women. Yes, yes. My women, my ladies. What up? What it do right here. There's so many women to celebrate. in our history, but right now, today. And I happen to be a part of an executive committee for an organization called WO3, which I've talked about on the show before. This is Women to the Third Power, where we promote and support and contribute and love on and uplift and empower women. If you go to the website right now, as you're listening to this podcast episode, go to wo3connect.com and you will see more about what the mission is and how to get involved. You can get involved right now, sign up for free to get notifications on anything that's going on and make your pledge to support women-owned businesses, specifically on the last Saturday of March, which in this case is Saturday, I believe, March 26th. And what I would like you to do on that day is to go out, and actually, I apologize, March 25th is the last Saturday of the month. Hey, but why not support women all weekend? But specifically, we do all of our celebrating on that last Saturday. So in fact, while I'm with you right now, I'm going to go to WO3 Connect so I could talk about a couple of things with you, so I could show you that I'm taking action right here with you right now. Whoa, there's a lot of other crazy things coming up right now because I misspelled something here. Oh, that's hilarious. Whoa. Good times, good times. Okay. wo3connect.com, partner, promote, support. You can see all the members of the executive committee on here. You go in, you get involved, and March 25th, 2023, Saturday, go also to follow the Instagram. That is where you can keep up with a lot of the information that we'll be putting out there for you. And so if you go to the Instagram account, it's WO3 Connect, and you can please follow. All you have to do on that day is to support a woman-owned business. Many ways you could do that. You can do it on social media and post yourself buying a product or getting a service at a women-owned business. You can promote not just on social media, but go out and have conversations with your friends as you're having lunch. You know, go invite a friend, a family member, your significant other to go shopping or eating at a women-owned business institution, right? And it's awesome. You can go buy whatever things you want, whether that's food or candles or some other kinds of products. You know, I personally have businesses that I love to support. The founder of WO3 is Tammy Relier. You can find her out there on the WO3 Connect. You can also look her up. Brasserie is her company. She has a bra accessory company where she makes these beautiful designer bra straps from daring to dainty that are way better and tremendous high quality compared to those terrible, ugly, hideous, like plastic ones that come with your undergarments. Just disgusting. No, nobody wants those. Bye, Felicia. Anyways, you really want to check out Tammy's stuff. That is one of the people that I love to support for WO3 because she just has quality stuff. I believe in what she does. And I just believe that she is making fashion for women so much more sexy and fun. And who doesn't want that? Right now, as I'm speaking to you, if you're watching on YouTube, I have this medallion that I'm wearing. It's the manifesting medallion, and I have a heart, another necklace that's right above that. I have this heart ring. I actually, you can't see it too good because my earphone is covering it. I have a ear cuff on my ear. I'm showing you right now. And it is from the jewelry designer, melindamaria.com. I probably buy way too much of her stuff, but it's awesome because I get coupons. You get coupons, y'all. Who does not want coupons? You get a coupon for doing reviews on her stuff, and it's affordable and it's beautiful and it's sexy. And I'm all about those vibes. Just sexy fun. So those are two sexy, fun, women-owned businesses that I would love for you to go and support. So that's an example. Go buy something you love, promote businesses that you love, or check this out. Check this out. This doesn't even have to do with money, because some of y'all right now are getting pissed at me like, really, why are you asking us to spend money? Hey, you know you spend money at Starbucks coffee, so calm down. Calm down. Just go ahead and reallocate your funds to some women-owned businesses on the last weekend, specifically March 25th on Saturday, to support some women-owned businesses, okay? But you can partner or support or collab with a women-owned business. How about that? How about that? That doesn't cost a thing. You can reach out, whatever it is that you do, you can promote each other's stuff, and you can do a cross collaboration. Maybe you're an artist, or you're a singer, or, you know, a poet or something like that, and you want to bring your talents together to put on a show or to do something cool like that. The sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. So join me in supporting women-owned businesses. I'm passionate about it. I think there is so much more that we can do. We are better together than we are separately. If you go to WO3 Connect right now, you can see a whole plethora of women that have already been celebrated. Follow their Instagram accounts and see the amazing things they're doing. And all throughout the month of March, that's the reason I wanted this episode to come out before March, is I want to tell you that all these amazing women that you haven't seen yet, maybe some of them you have, will be celebrated on the platform. So you'll be getting introduced to women who are entrepreneurs in many different facets, whether it's fashion or beauty or marketing. This is a great place to network. Okay, so that's another big thing that I'm an advocate of, is networking with people. There's no excuse and no reason why we can't do that more today than ever before, with all of the technology and apps that we have at our fingertips. So this is a community that you can meet some tremendous people in. That is a gift that can keep on giving beyond supporting them on the last Saturday in March. So go out and network. That is one of the most important and valuable tools and things that you could be doing right now. So that's my second thing that I want to celebrate. And my last thing as I close this episode is I want to celebrate each of you. And I want to celebrate you being unapologetically you. That is the essence of this platform. It's the essence of the book that I'm writing right now. That's in the editing process, Born Unbreakable, the book. And it is 5 steps to overcoming self-limiting beliefs. And I am just a fan of us continuing to embrace every single day exactly who we are. Because let me tell you this. When you know who you are, you will be surrounded by the right people. People will gravitate to you that are meant to be there because they respect you for what you believe in and how you show up in the world. Do not worry about spending so much time pleasing other people and attempting to live up to the standards that they're placing upon you. They do not live your life. And I pretty am sure that they're not paying your bills. If they are, then that might be a different story. You are unique in your own way, in your own right. It's okay for you to question the way that you grew up in the world. You may or may not still believe in the things that you were told to believe in when you were younger. It's okay to challenge. It's okay to grow. That is the point of our purpose on this earth, is to find our way. through what we believe in, and to speak out loud. And I'll never forget this, of all the podcasts that I've done. Tony Watley, Side Hustle Millionaire, when I asked him a piece of advice that he would give to anyone listening, he said, go get yourself some haters. I was like, damn, that's some good stuff right there. And his point when he made that statement was, when you are who you are, there's inevitably going to be some people that don't agree with that. And that's okay. And it's a good thing, because it means you're standing in your conviction and you stand for something. You stand for you, and be unwavering in who you are and what you believe. Be unwavering. Trust me, the way that you will move in the world and what you will manifest will be far greater and far better because of it. You may not believe that now, but that will become true the more you lean into the words that I'm telling you. So I will leave you with that. Thank you for tuning in. This was just a little bit of a Dez moment that I wanted to share with you. I have nothing written down. I'm totally off the cuff today, because that's just the energy and the space that I'm in. And I want to say that there's a lot of exciting episodes that are coming here as we shift into March and we shift into spring. I really do want to celebrate some amazing women. So I look forward to doing that with you. I want to remind you that you are your only limit. So take action today. I appreciate every single one of you, whether it's your first time listening to my show, or it's, you've been with me ever since I did my previous show, Bliss Beyond Fear, when I first started recording podcasts at the end of 2019. We're sitting here in 2023, and that's freaking unbelievable to me that I've been podcasting for this long and being on this journey to meet so many incredible people that have uplifted me in this space. And it means a tremendous deal. It really does. So with that, if you haven't already, I'd love for you to take 30 seconds to rate and review the show, particularly on Apple Podcasts. It helps people to find it, people who need some inspiration, people who need help overcoming self-limiting beliefs and want stories that they can relate to. So do that. Do me a favor and share this episode. I appreciate you. Have an amazing rest of your day, your week, whenever it is that you're listening to this. My love, my energy, and my wish for diversity, equity, and inclusion I share with you today. So please take that with you and think about, what is one thing that you could be doing to promote a better sense of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging into the world. I'd love to leave you with that thought. I'll see you next time.